Hello everybody, this will be the final video for the season. So before I show you everything I did for fall cleanup to get ready for next year, first I want to thank everybody who wrote those wonderful comments in my last video prior to me having my wonderful hernia surgery, which went very well. Nothing went wrong. Recovery is always fun. Not really. But now that's behind me, and hopefully this upcoming growing season don't have to deal with that. So what I have done, obviously what you saw last time, let me switch you around. There we go. So what you saw last time is I had all this cleaned up but wasn't tilled yet. But now, obviously, as you can see, it's all tilled. And what you also may see is that I now have two more hoop houses. Those two, obviously, because they're nice and shiny, are the new ones. And then these were the ones I was using last year. And my thinking here is, here, 1 second. All right, hopefully the wind's not too bad. But my thinking is, the reason why I bought two more is the problem I've always been having every year is around the perimeter that I allow for walking around. It was 5 feet, but that always seems to shrink, mainly because the wind breaks right here, and that kind of pushes forward a little bit, and then the plants, they kind of intrude on the pathway, so it ends up being like a if I'm lucky, 2 foot pathway, and it makes using the backpack sprayer just a nightmare. So I don't use it when I need it, actually. So what I did is, down this way, this is 7 feet now, and all the way around the whole patch is 7 feet, and in between those two hoop house plots where plants are going to go, it's a 7 foot path down that way. So, and because I did that, that would really shrink up the amount of space I would have for each side of my plants, and it stays cold well into Memorial Day weekend, so I need all the space I can for them. So I decided to get two more so that each plant can have their own hoop house, so that they'll have 20 feet now before, or well, about 17 18 feet before it gets out of the hoop house, because I'll have a little walking board in there so I can actually get in there and tend to the plants. Now the only problem I'm gonna see with this, but it shouldn't be a problem, is, well, basically roughly where that post is, or hoop is, from there to there is 15 feet, which we all know right about there is where the pumpkins should typically go. Now we'll have to see how that works out, but yeah, as you can see, I haven't totally thought of that out, but it should be okay, because it should be able to grow inside, or I might be able to loop the main vine outside of the hoop house and grow the pumpkin on that side. Worst comes to worst, I dismantle the hoops, but no big deal. But That's several months down, but I'm babbling. So I'm gonna get you one more view of it, and then I will take you on to my biggest pumpkin I had, which I never took to a weigh-off, which after seeing it and weighing it, I wish I did. So here's one more shot of it. This is the hoop house that went turtle on me. A couple of those hoops are bent, but that metal is so thin, I don't want to tweak it anymore. I can repair it though if it does break on me. And then right down the path here, I'll have another 7-foot walkway to get to this side of the plants here. So let me go to the next spot. Oh, and while I'm over here, I took my water totes and I tipped them over so they don't collect with water and then freeze, and opened both of my valves here. And I did the same thing with my 550 gallon tank over here. Hopefully the wind isn't too atrocious, but there's the 550 tank that's tipped over too with its valve open. And got this patch all cleaned up, and despite the drought this year, we did have a pretty good field pumpkins and gourds come out of here, and a pretty good sunflowers, you know, season. So, and the blue jays and all that, all those birds have been loving those seeds. I don't think there's much left in there. So then let me take you on to that guy. All right, so wow, of course now the wind picks up really good. So when we picked this guy up, I put my crane scale to it, excuse me, and when we weighed it, it said 830 pounds, but it was sitting in the patch, cut off the vine, just like you're seeing right here, for a healthy 5 weeks. And 3 of those 5 weeks, it was in the 70s and 80s, so pretty hot. So being on the lenient side, it lost 5 pounds of weight per day just because of that. So that it did cross over the 1,000-pound mark, which with the drought we had and the lack, you know, that's not bad. And when I take you around, because I did take the seeds out, I take you around, there's a very tiny air bubble in there, and this guy would have done awesome things. I mean, the blossom end is, I measured it was a healthy 7 inches, close to 8 inches in some parts there. And it's kind of hard to tell on here. And this wall was a good solid 12 inches, and that's not including all this stuff that hangs on there. So it was a solid 12, 13 inches right in there. So it had very thick walls. And as you can see, you know, the air bubble pocket in here is very small. So if this guy would have kept on going and we would have had a decent year, this guy would have been a beast. Still was, but you know, like they say, there's always next year. So we will conclude this video and season staring at my one and only big pumpkin. And I guess until next season, guys, I will see you later. Bye-bye.